Hello, and what is going on, you guys? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. It's time to get ready for today's Test Season 3 in the 2022 series of the Gran Turismo World Series, Nations Cup, and Manufacturers Cup on GT7. Looks like the end of April is coming in near towards the end before moving on into May. Last season, we did a good job out there to have 9 rounds and 2 types of championship to be specified with World Car, 1 McRace, and also to have Race Car to be part in the Nations Cup, along with the Manufacturers Cup as always to be specifically in the Group 4 and Group 3 race car, and every round is going to be very challenging to take on with some good racetrack between the real world circuits and one of the fictional racing circuits from Gran Turismo. So right now, Test Season 3 is about to get shorter to have 3 rounds will be featured to be on the schedule. So let's go down to be in the first 3 rounds in the Manufacturers Cup to start out on April 29th. The first race, we are going in to be at Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit to be in the Group 4 class. We'll be ready to go to have a performance points requirements to be at 630. I'll have to take a good look in the event schedule, and here we are right now. Starting out at Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit to have a Friday for doing a tonight's competition before moving on into Saturday, which is tomorrow, in round 2 at Circuit de Spa Francorchamps, where the 24-hour track layout is now introduced to the first ever post-launch content update on GT7 to be specified to be in the Group 3 class. The final round after April, May 1st, we'll be at the final race at Trial Mountain Circuit to be in the Group 4 class to get back on board, but this one might have 2 rounds to be on the tire requirement mandatory will be featured by the return from Gran Turismo Sport. So let's go and participate to have 5 race entry will be available at the time. So let's keep an eye out because this one might have to do a lot of practice. We'll have to do some different changes to be on the regulation, race settings, and more to be on the details if you really want to learn more about. So whenever it comes in to have some tuning work for Group 4 class, it's gonna be a very good correction. We'll be required to have 630 performance points will be able or less. 16 players to be participate to take 16 laps around the track to have a formation start type. BOP/tuning forbidden will be turned off, car settings will be allowed, and the minimum number of pit stop will be available at 1. Penalty as always, so let's make sure to drive respectfully for the competition, and also to have a mechanical damage will be set to light. I bet you guys might have to choose different kinds of manufacturer car brands to be specifically to be in a different car class to be in the first round to be using with the Group 4 class. As always, to have a good well support is going to be well tried out to see how good you are can also have to take on in the track. So there's no need to have a BOP regulations will be all set and ready to go, and I'm about to have a good selected manufacturer brand to go with Team Chevy in the Corvette C7 Group 4 to have one of my UDRS InSportec livery. Will be having a comeback from Gran Turismo Sport after spending 2 seasons to be temporarily as a Team Chevy InSportec livery. So let's get yourself prepared, join in session to be in the lobby after the practice, and this time the cutscene is about to become very different to have a good cinematic open music from Gran Turismo Sport Moon Over the Castle. If you're new to my YouTube channel, go and click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the race, and let's begin. such a lovely cup scene for the start of the Manufacturers Cup, folks. So now, we are welcome to test Season 3 in the 2022 series of the Manufacturers Cup on GT7. Starting out in Round 1, we'll be racing at Brands Hatch Grand Prix for the Gr.4 class. Let's go for the drivers. Badr Ganush in first place. We have S1 KR Ryder in second place. Junior in third place in the Subaru WRX Gr.4. And here's Jury Wilk in fourth place. Duncan Popspedes in fifth place. And here's Keep Right in sixth place, choosing the Jaguar F-Type Gr.4. Ninja 8530 is here in seventh place. Here's myself in eighth place with the white original UDRS in Sportec in the Corvette. Ace Snow in ninth place. Pocket Deuces is now entered in 10th place, and here's Alex Grave in 11th place, choosing the Subaru WRX. Scandalous Sox in 12th place in the Dodge Viper. Rodrigo Alcácer in 13th place in the Ford Mustang. DBM Freddy in 14th place in the BMW. ATK Nightmare in 15th place for the Alfa Romeo 4C. Jay Schreier is now take the last driver in the Ford Mustang, will be at the go. Alright, looks like the cutscene is now commenced the rolling start to have a first start to have today's forecast is going to be a bright and sunny day. Before moving on towards the final lap, we'll be having a partly cloudy, so keep your eyes peeled. Weather check is going to have to do a bright moment out there to be in the first lap. So great to see how 16 laps to be ready to go underway for 16 drivers to be at the different role of a superstar. So 3 seconds. Here we go. Let's get the show on the road and go green to have an excellent straightaway to be in the first round in Test Season 3 of the Manufacturers Cup goes underway. Sportec is now going in to take number 8 spot to have a good slight catch up on to Renault Sport Megane Trophy RS is now currently to be entered on to turn 2. Take the inside and go for the apex. Contact will be necessary, so keep your eyes checked on the radar because the practice is over. Now it's time to go racing to do the real deal. Different changes is going to be doing much important for the update on GT7, folks. So now let's see how excellent drivers is going to be. Turns out very great to be in the clean race on Brands Hatch in the full course of the Grand Prix. Next sector is on the straightaway to be down, and looks like Badr Ganush is now going to have to take the lead. Take an excellent turn to be reached up onto the next right corner in the inside of the apex. S1 KR Ryder is now going right in onto the second position to have a good, excellent offense strategy to catch up to Badr Ganush in first place to be entered to have the straightaway in final sector. Towards the final turn is about to get underway to have the first lap before entered on lap number 2 to be proceed forward to be in the update fastest lap time for faster drivers will be suitable by the chance. And here comes Junior from Brazil to take the scene. All-wheel drive takes a good understeer offense push to catch up to first and second place. And there's Badr Ganush is now take the fastest run in 1 minute and 32.904 seconds. Here comes lap number 2 and go right in on to turn 1 to be down the hill and keep up to go uphill to have the hairpin to be in turn 2. UDRS in Sportec is doing great out there to be on the lineup ropes to have a suitable performance points to have a range exact to be at 630. But almost for the calculation is going to have to do some tuning work to be well improved, and install parts will be optional to be part in the first round of the competition. So now Sector 2 is clear. Moving on in Sector 3 to be pressed on to have a good length of the gap in 1.3 seconds to catch up to Ninja _8530 in the Renault Sport RS Trophy 2011. Very good, fantastic inside formation. It looks like Ace Snow in the Jaguar F-Type Gr.4 is now currently to be in the scene. That makes the slipstream will have to do some slight opportunity to catch up to Team UDRS in position 8. Take your time. Just going to see how the surface on cornering to be in the road course is going to be very challenging to be fitted for only a GT4 race car to be featured in the Manufacturers Cup to have test Season 3. So now, several drivers are now moving on to take the final turn to be pressed on to be in the curved straightaway before entered in lap number 3. Badr Ganush is now currently to be updated in 1 minute and 29.130 seconds to be on the main fastest lap. So far so good out there for the top 3 drivers, including S1 Gr.4 Rider and Junior in 2nd and 3rd place. Luckily, if any drivers, we might have to stay on top of the length of the gap for only several distance yet to go after taking turn 2 to be entered in sector 2. Turn 3 and 4, however, for UDRS InSportTech is still in hot pursuit chase on Ninja_8530 from Canada. Hairpin to proceed, take the next turn at the left. Apex cornering is successful to have counter steering assist is going stronger. On to the last minute. Next turn is coming in is Keep Right in position 6, followed by Ninja_8530 to be in the length gap by exactly over 1 second up ahead in the gap. Especially goes for UDRS InSportTech is now packing up for the defense before Ace No comes in nearly by having a defense before Jaguar takes the offense to take the next turn at the right, and oh boy, looks like this cannot be good. Keep Right is now dropping down on position 7 after losing control of the handling, while Ninja_8530 in the Renault Sport Megane Trophy 2011 is currently in the number 6 spot. There goes InSportTech to take the final turn and get closer to Keep Right in 7th place for the Jaguar F-Type Gr.4 to enter in lap number 4. Let's step things up a bit. Take turn 1 to have a good overtake to be on the main advantage, and InSportTech in the Chevy Corvette C7 Gr.4 takes the 7th spot to enter in turn 2 at the hairpin. Brilliant work and a perfect call to have a good clean racing for Team Chevy to be currently in lap number 4. Several many attempts to have long practice before the race entry starts out to begin, but it might be possible to see how strategies for every Gran Turismo player have always be concentrated to stay focused on the main opponent with an excellent well-effort advantage to be suitable to be specifically on the base performance points to be well able. So now, gonna have to keep up and go into sector 4 to have a good right turn cornering to have the slightly advantage. Keep things up smoothly, and that makes turn right number 2 clear. Turn right 3 before take the left turn at the end of the 4th sector before moving on in sector 5. But hold on, looks like Keep Right just barely made a contact at InSportTech. Exercise caution makes a good braking point before entered onto the left corner, before entered onto the final turn. But that was a close call for Team UDRS InSportTech in the Chevy Corvette C7 Gr.4 after Keep Right is now proceed forward in lap number 5 to have a slightly call to take the chance in turn 1 from the last lap. Let's go down the hill again to take lap number 5 for only lap number 6 will go on for the next one. The clouds are moving in to have a slow time out there, viewers. Let's keep an eye out to have a good eye weather forecast, to have a good mostly cloudy, to have a good clear skies, to be in a sunny day condition. Badr Ganush is doing great out there, folks. He is going faster and all-wheel drive to be on the light road advantage to be stay strong to be in the number 1 spot. S1 Gr Rider is currently in the number 2 spot, followed by Junior in 3rd place from Brazil. 3 drivers, longer distance equals having a good slight opportunities to see top 3 drivers comes in handy to be in the length of the gap to go longer and stronger if any several opponents will be closing in about a few more gap distance to go up ahead for one of the top 3 drivers. Now gonna have to take right corner number 3 to be in the consecutive to press on before moving on in the left turn. Final sector in lap number 5 for UDRS InSportTech while continue to chase on Keep Right in the Jaguar F-Type Gr.4. 1 second up ahead for the Jaguar, 1 second behind for Jaguar is gonna have to will decrease to be slightly called in before the Dodge Viper is in the scene. There's Scandalous Sucks in 9th place in the Dodge Viper Gr.4, entered on to lap number 6 for only 10 more to go. Better make sure to keep an eye out. One pit stop available will be well used to be as a main competitive racing resources to have some tires. We'll be putting up, if anything possible, to do a warm-up test. But the hard racing compound tires is actually to be a-okay because there's no need to have pit stop at the very moment. But it might be possible to have the future rounds in round 2 and 3 for the next race after Bran's hatch. We'll be going right back to have the main mandatory requirement. We'll be have to do some suitable compound tires will be switched out. But don't forget to have racing medium and soft racing tires at the tuning shop whenever you might need to proceed. And here comes Scandalous Sock in the Dodge Viper Gr.4, entered in position number 8. Let's kick it up on the high gear for Insportech to take the chase on Dodge Viper, while the Jaguar F-Type Gr.4 is currently in the number 7 spot. Consecutive turn 3 is on the right is clear. Now for the left turn to go in onto the final sector. Still, but anyone's game to catch up to Badr Ganoush lap time is currently for only 1 minute and 29.130 seconds. But my announcer skills of the commentary will have to see some good racing action moments to be in the Manufacturers Cup for the FIA Gran Turismo Championship in GT7. Hopefully, the official 2022 series will might have to wait coming soon after the 3 rounds ends. But here it comes. The clouds are taking over to have the sunny day condition to take the shaded effect for the race car. Let's try to keep things smoothly and make sure to have a good sunlight if there might be some several clouds coming around in the skies. Next turn coming in. Scandalous Sucks in the Dodge Viper Gr.4 is closest in on to keep right in position 7 in the Jaguar F-Type, but still several drivers are currently to be entered in 3rd sector to be received by entered in sector 4. Luckily, 6th sector around in Bran's Hatch Grand Prix is all about doing some long-lasting endurance work by over a minute and 30 seconds to be well suitable for the competition. And then here it goes. The one-on-one battle in 7th place between Dodge Viper and Jaguar F-Type to go on. Let's see how the excellent side-by-side to take the left turn in Sector 6. That's the ticket. Dodge Viper Gr.4 is in number 7, while Jaguar is taking on in 8th place to be dropped down to proceed at the final turn. Excellent work for Scandalous Socks in the blue Dodge Viper Gr.4. Excellent clean racing and press on to have lap number 8 will go on the way. Let's keep things up tightly to take turn 1 to go down the hill again. UDRS Insportech in the Chevrolet Corvette C7 Gr.4 is now currently switched up to a different game changer strategy plan for the update. Ever since to have 3 new cars, including 2 Subaru BRCS with a road car and GT300 race car, along with a Suzuki Cappuccino compact roadster car, is also to be well fitted to be as a 2-door roadster K. Now let's just gonna have to see how the excellent race could probably have to go right back to do a small topic about the last update to be as the first ever post content. Now, Keep Right in the Jaguar F-Type Gr.4 is now going in to be in the offense to catch up to Scandalous Socks in the Dodge Viper Gr.4. Meanwhile, UDRS Insportech in the Chevrolet Corvette C7 Gr.4 is still currently in the number 9 spot, while the clouds are covered around and there's only one driver is now called in to be in the yellow flag signal by having a no passing zone. But there it is. It's Ninja_8530 in the Renault Sport Megane Trophy 2011 is dropping down onto the number 8 spot, while Jaguar, Dodge, and Chevy proceed forward onto a different position at the final turn is going to have to do some different ways by the overtake. Let's push up and go forward on to lap number 9, and here it is. No check on the update, but still, for anyone's top 3 drivers will be pressed on, and there's another Renault Sport Megane Trophy 2011 driven by Pocket Deuces. Sounds like 2 Renault Sport Megane Trophy is now coming in to take the scene and join the party. Let's see how UDRS Insportec will have to take a good deal to have 2 types of Renault Sport Megane trophies in the same car and the same class to be raced around in Brands Hatch. So let's go and take the next sector to go forward to take on Pocket Deuces before catching up on to keep right in 7th place. Keep things up. Now for the right turn to be on the consecutive turns in sector number 4. Almost there, just gonna have to move forward to have the simultaneously pace to be on the inside of the apexes. And oh boy, looks like Ninja is dropping down from position 11 while Alex Grave is now currently in the number 10 spot and still catches up to Team UDRS Insportec in the number 9 spot. Just hang in there. Insportec will never give up to catch up, for only 8 drivers are still separate around in the distance for only 40 seconds since the start of the first lap. And here we have Duncan Papes is now into the pits in the Subaru WRX Gr.4. Let's keep an eye out. If anything possible to have a different change for this update to be part in the competition of the Manufacturers Cup. Position number 9 for Insportec will be proceeded forward before entered in turn 2 again at the inside of the apex. Still gets a lot further out there to be in the length of the gap for Pocket Deuces in the Renault Sport Megane Trophy 2011 is currently in the number 8 spot. Keep Right is now going well defended to take the next turn in a different sector to be continued by the same. Keep on hold. Stay on the acceleration on the throttle to be at the straightaway before going down the hill, and go upward to be at the right corner turn to be in the next sector. Looks like Badr Ganush is now into the pits for the first time to have a number 1 driver to be well put up to have some tire changes, or doing a possible stop and go method strategy to have the number of pit stops will be well available to have 1 time. Always be a reminder folks, whenever it comes in to have a competition, 1 pit stop will be available by having a further notice before the race begins. And there goes Badr Ganush coming out in the pits, and there goes a yellow flag signal by having a no passing zone. Good grief, looks like this might have Gui Rock in position 10 in the Jaguar F-Type Gr.4 is now into the pits to have 2 choices between a tire change or stop and go. Number 8 is now going up for UDRS Insportec along with several opponents. If any further opponents to be entered the pits to have 1 pit stop available by a minimum amount of use. And there goes the Renault Sport in position number 6. Pocket Deuces is now currently to catch up to have 2 cars are now coming in to take the next sector to be at the straightaway again. Will UDRS Insportec has to go faster to be on the chase of the scene to be in the straightaway before go down a hill before entered in sector number 5. Renault Sport Megane Trophy is still currently to be on the high ropes in position 6, while Jaguar is now going faster to take back for having an offense to do the further strategy to be on the 3 right corner turns to be in the consecutive. Just keep going out there, viewers. Gr.4 cars are now take the shaded effect because of the clouds are now changing around to be on the different weather forecasts. Mostly partly cloudy, but we still got some further sky to be well seen. And there goes Scandalous Socks in the Dodge Viper Gr.4 entered in position 3. Brilliant work and doing a high roll effort to have a different drivers to be moved automatically to take number 5 position. That's the ticket for UDRS Insportec that entered position 5 for only 4 more cars to go. It also makes sense to have the length of the gap distance is now going decrease, but harder drivers will might have to keep an eye out to have a different penalty before crossing the finish line. And there goes the yellow flag signal by a second ago, so keep our eyes checked and move forward and respectfully to have some further notice, if anything possible to have some ignoring yellow flag limit to be called out on the penalty. But hold on. The contact has been barely called in. It's Gr.4 in the Jaguar F-Type Group 4 overtakes UDRS Insportec at position 5. Here goes the side-by-side to be at the straightaway before entered in Sector 5. Braking point to be on the inside. Outside for Team Jaguar to have a different livery to press on. And Insportec drops down at position 6. But it's not over yet. We have 3 Zacard and a contact driven by Alex Grave and Scandalous Socks in the Subaru WRX Group 4 and Dodge Viper as well. Back to position 8 and go back to the drawing board to take the strategy check for Insportec. Bummer, that was so close and almost barely had a chance to go harder on the offense and defense to be in the strategy. Switch back on to the brake balance to be on 0. Radar to be well checked. Alright, now let's go in to take lap number 13 for only 3 more to go. Thank goodness this race is going to get much partly cloudy out there after spending a good bright and sunny day. But here comes the blue flag signal for only faster cars will proceed forward before the faster cars will proceed. But the chase still goes on, viewers. Sector 3 will be on the roll, and oh man, looks like this is not good. This is definitely not good for Junior in the Jaguar F-Type Group 4 is now currently to be having a slight call to be on the instant replay for investigation. Ouch. That is definitely so painful to see it, but luckily Junior in the Subaru WRX Group 4 survived, but it was also to have a Jaguar F-Type Group 4. False check. It was a Jaguar all the time, but not Team Subaru in position 7 driven by Junior. No hard feelings, but it's all good for now. And there goes Jay Schreier in last position in the Ford Mustang Group 4. Looks like the blue flag zone is now cleared. Let's continue on to be on the ongoing battle to take the 13 lap towards the end before moving on in the 14. UDRS Insportec is coming in to be on the ropes with Alex Grave Jr. and Scandalous Sock in the Dodge Viper Group 4, while Team UDRS Insportec of the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 4 is currently to be pushed on to have 2 Subaru WRX Group 4 will have to take the next turn to be in the scene. But here comes the hard-paced effort to be going oversteer while the all-wheel drive takes the opposite direction of understeer. Alex Raven Jr. are working together to have a good slight battle before Insportec will have to keep pushing forward to be on the offense, having a hard turn to be in the curved straightaway to be part of the Indy section before moving on to take the next turn. UDRS barely tries to keep holding on, folks. Junior in a different livery of the Subaru WRX Group 4 is keeping up and building up a slipstream to catch up to Alex Grave to be going down the hill and go up the hill at the right corner turn to be on the side-by-side. Next sector will be proceed before Insportec will dive in closely in about 0.4 seconds to break through onto the length of the distance. Almost there. And Alex Grave took a 0.5 second penalty to be well affected by ignoring the track limit. Let's keep our eyes peeled, folks. Always make sure to go inside correctly to be step up onto the apex in every turns around in Brands Hatch Grand Prix. 2 more laps to go, and we're getting closer at the end of the race to have round 1 to be well complete. Performance points is going to be well regulated to do some tuning work to see how good for the improvement for every Group 4 car will be the judge. And here comes the 15th lap, and oh man, looks like this is so close. Dodge and one of the Subaru WRX Group 4 is barely pulled on the late braking point to be ended up to be slowed down in the sand trap. That makes Team UDRS Insportec of the Corvette C7 Group 4 followed by Junior in the Subaru WRX Group 4. That makes a very good stunning battle between the FR and all-wheel drive to take the one-on-one battle to be in 4th place to be in the showdown. But Lucky Times comes in to do some matters because it's still but anyone's clean racing to do the high percentage will have to go up in 50%. Looks like Scandalous Sox have left the lobby, and that makes 15 drivers are left standing in the lobby for the first round in the Manufacturers Cup. It still gets a lot cloudy out there, folks. Let's make sure the headlights will be giving a chance to turn on before the rain comes in. Gonna have to keep further away. Turn right number 3 at the consecutive before enter on to take the left turn in the final sector. So now, here comes the final lap for one of the top 3 drivers will be perceived forward to be in the final showdown to see how Badr Ganoush will take the podium. And that makes S1KR Rider is now currently in the number 2 spot, followed by Duncan Papes is now currently in the bronze position at 3rd place. So now it's Junior and Hyperion-Blue-GT will have to take an ongoing one-on-one showdown to be in the chase. 2 seconds will have to go decrease to enter turn 2. It's gonna have to do it. Inside cornering will have to do a well defense before Ace Snow comes in to be on the offense in the Jaguar F-Type Group 4. But clearly it might have a perfect scent to be on the last instant replay to be in the further laps ago. But we'll make sure to see how the race will be doing well correctly to be under investigation during the part of the competition. So now we have Badr Ganoush takes the win in the first round of Test Season 3 in the 2022 series of the Manufacturers Cup. What a most stunning, spectacular win for having a good first place driver to be part in the different manufacturer brand. Now that's competition for Badr Ganoush. Badr Ganoush takes the win at the podium in Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. Only 1 minute left, and we have S1KR Rider is now finished in 2nd place. That makes Duncan Papes is now ended up in 3rd place. Junior in the Subaru WRX Group 4 is almost barely trying to keep up before moving on to take the final turn until Insportec will have to stay well guarded to be in the top 5 finish. There you go. Duncan is finished on 3rd place. That makes Junior ended up in 4th. And also Team UDRS Insportec takes number 5 at the finish. Alright, looks like 1 minute penalty. I knew it. That's how the effect has happened. Note to self, always make sure to have a pit stop will be needed to have a reminder. But of course, it happens all the time because of the mandatory requirement tire change will be needed as well from Gran Turismo Sport. But only 1 more race left to go by the remaining, so I have to keep myself checked to see how the pit stop will be needed to have the available time. Alright, so drops down automatically, ended up in 10th place along with Alex Grabe and DBM Freddy in the Subaru WRX and BMW M4 in the Group 4 class. So keep that in mind, folks. Do not get ignored to be on the regulation. We'll end up by having a 1 minute penalty. That's not okay. That's what happens to see how competition might have to do some additional expansion. We'll be putting up some opportunity changes. So it's gonna be good. 1 lap plus for ATK Nightmare, Gui Woke, and J Schreier 20. And that makes Scandalous Sox in the Dodge Viper Group 4 just barely marked DNF. Good game, folks, and lesson to be learned. Always make sure to go in the pit stop to have a 1 main requirement will be usable to be perceived forward at the final lap. So that makes 10th place and do some prize earning to be well achieved on the daily workout complete. Talk about having a rough start without having a pit stop requirement entry. So now Badr Ganoush takes the win in the Nissan GTR Group 4, followed by S1KR Rider in 2nd place with the BMW M4, and Duncan Papes in the Subaru WRX Group 4 did a good job to be ended up in the top 3 position. Luckily, however, another check to be well outcome for several Gran Turismo players to have a good check for having a temperature is 73.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, so That makes a very good correction guess for having a temperature to be on the outside condition. But anyway, I'll have to go congratulations for the top 3 drivers. Okay, replay saved. Yeah, what a surprise. I didn't know 1 minute penalty without having a pit stop is also to be featured for the update. 1 down, 2 to go in test season 3 of the 2022 series of the Gran Turismo World Series. Manufacturers Cup will be at the right start to be in the one-time champion before Nations Cup will have a turn on May 6 at the end of April. After round 1 at Bran's Grand Prix circuit to be in the Group 4 class to be put up in 630 performance points is now featured for the update to have some different game-changing options. But we did a good job out there, but some of us might end up without having a pit stop will have a result of a 1 minute penalty to be dropped down into a different position by default. So let's have a good look in round 2 for the next race. We are going in to be at Circuit de Spa Francorchamps to be in the 24-hour layout to be in the Group 3 class is now ready up and go to have 3 choices of the tire regulation will be put up to be as a main mandatory tire requirement. So let's check again on the event schedule. So looks like round 1 complete and check. So next up it's going to be round 2, as I said, as always, to be in Spa 24-hour track layout. After round 2, moving on in May to be at Trial Mountain Circuit to be in the Group 4 class. Just gonna have to have one more check to see the differences between the full course is now having a full extended pit lane entry to be coming out to have a good excellent lineup to be in turn 1 and to take turn 2 to be up the hill in the Al Rouge. But very well impressive to have a long extended pit lane to be moving forward to be in the chicane and takes the turn 1 of the hairpin before this is where we're about to be going in to be on the starting grid. But Polibi Digital did a good job to have a new layout on the track. But I can't wait to try it out to see how it feels, just like the full course is going to be well different to be well compared. So now I guess this is going to be the perfect time to go wrap this up before round 2 will be coming up by tomorrow. So let's go to the garage and have myself for another round of the roulette ticket goes for the 3-star. And also to have a quick spotlight to have my current livery design on the Corvette C7 Group 4 with a UDRS Insportec variation to be outfitted as a white base color. Just like the alternate blue and Grand Sport as you may ever seen on my Twitter video for some presentation, since I have imported 3 of my liveries in the Group 4 version of the Corvette C7. Alright, let's go and have a 3-star to cheer me up after round 1. Let's go. I hope it's gonna be a KTM Expo R by having one of 2 choices. Nope, not close enough, and also to have more Gran Turismo credits to be added with 10,000. I'll just have to add this to the current balance. Now for another 3-star. Let's go and have another spin. This time it's the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat. Okay, once again, another Gran Turismo credits to add up with some current balance. But of course, I'm always gonna have to add up with some currency credits for doing a roulette ticket. Now I'll make sure I'll hold on to the 4-star before tomorrow we'll have to do another chance to be in the full walkthrough, or continue on in round 2 of the Manufacturers Cup at Circuit de Spa Francorchamps to be in the 24-hour track layout. But I can't wait to see how it turns out to be on the full extended pit lane to be well put up to have some different changes. Just you wait, folks. I'll make sure I'll have a good look without having a commentary to do some research. Thank you for watching on my video in Gran Turismo 7, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. And don't forget to follow me on any social media platforms like DeepNetArt, Instagram, GT Planet, Twitter, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Total Drama fan art with car liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.